Hello and welcome back to the Faithful TV. How long has it been since I've done a video for you guys? You lucky little devils, I'm back in front of your faces today, and I am going to be discussing transfers, what's happened, what could possibly happen, what I hope doesn't happen. We know we've completed the signing of Memphis Depay, the Dutch winger slash forward. He's been brought to the club for a fee around 25 million. We know that was going to happen a long time ago. We've got to wait for all the formalities to be concluded, but it's done basically. We know Falcao and Cleverley have left the club. Falcao wasn't kept on after his unsuccessful loan spell, and Cleverley's contract has run out and he's gone to Everton. So no hard feelings to either of them. Falcao just didn't work. Cleverley, pretty similar to Danny Welbeck, thought he was too, he was getting big for his boots. He thought he was too good for the club for a long period of time, and he never really made it at that level. So fair play, but ta-da. We've been linked with a hell of a lot of players already, so I can't go through every single one of them. But what I am going to do is pick a couple for each position and say, just give you my opinions, I'll give you the lowdown, if you will. And starting with goalkeepers, there's no sort of shortage in rumours that De Gea is going to go. He hasn't said anything. I say he hasn't said anything for so long. He has kept his mouth shut to the point it's now ridiculous. He needs to make his decision and let people know if he's coming or going, because he's starting to really get on my nerves, if I'm honest. Like when Ronaldo was going to Real Madrid and he said, only God knows. I wish De Gea would just be a man and say, I want to stay or I want to go. But all this stringing us along is doing my nutting. And if I'm going to be perfectly honest, I'm at the point where I've sort of accepted he's going. And with that in mind, we've got Victor Valdez, who I think is a more than adequate replacement. But then what if Valdez gets injured? I don't like the idea of Ben Amos going in goal. I don't even know if Ben Amos will be at the club next season. Anders Lindegaard will probably have left the club by then. So the players that we've been linked with, Hugo Lloris of Spurs and Petr Cech of Chelsea. Now, out of them two, for me, it's an absolute no-brainer. Cech is by far the superior goalkeeper of them two. Now, Cech is 33. Some say he's past it, but all you've got to do is look back at when we signed Van der Sar. We signed Edwin van der Sar as a 35-year-old, and he went on to have some fantastic times at Old Trafford. And Van der Sar had a good defence in front of him, but he also bailed us out of a lot of problems. He wasn't an average goalkeeper that was protected by a good side. Van der Sar was an excellent goalkeeper, even at that age. Hugo Lloris reminds me a bit of Fabien Barthez. I don't know if it's the French eccentricity, but he finds himself 20 yards out of the area, not knowing what he's doing. He gives the ball away quite a lot. He tries to make the average save look like a world-class save. I really do not want Hugo Lloris. I just don't want him. I would much rather have Petr Cech. So if De Gea goes, or I should say when he goes, I do think that Cech is the man. The only problem is, will he want to leave London? That's all I've got to say on that. Does anyone ever want to leave London? Who knows? Right, defence-wise, we know we're looking at a centre-half and a right-back. I say we know, we can all guess. We've been having a right midfielder playing right-back all season. So the players linked with us, more than others, are Nathaniel Klein, Coleman and Dani Alves. Now, the Coleman rumours have sort of simmered down quite a lot. Nathaniel Klein does look like a very promising player, but will Southampton try and shank us for 25 million quid like they did with Luke Shaw? I know he's got a year left on his contract, but I think of the three, Dani Alves would be an excellent addition, not just because he's a free transfer, but the bloke has got so much experience. It's just, if he comes to England, will he remain as hungry and determined to win as he has been at Barcelona, or will he come to England for one last payday? But of those players, I'd love to see Dani Alves come to our club, because he's a real world-class player. Looking at centre-halves, the three I've got listed down are Hummels, Otamendi and Laporte. Is that how you pronounce it, Laporte? Anyway, from them three, again, for me, it's a no-brainer. I want Mats Hummels. A lot of people are saying, why would you try and sign a centre-half who's short of a yard of pace and been playing in a struggling Dortmund side? But anyone with a brain cell will know that Hummels is a very good player. What he lacks in pace, he makes up in his mind. Similar to Teddy Sheringham and very similar to John Terry. Now, John Terry turns like he's got a fridge on his back. He's so slow off the mark, but he's been head and shoulders above everyone at centre-half this season. And Hummels is quite similar. You don't always need pace to bail you out of trouble, So for me, it would be Hummels all day long. I think he'd be reasonably priced. He's a World Cup winner. He's just a very, very good centre half. Now, looking at who we've got there already, I think Smalling and Rojo are probably the better players in that position. But together, I don't know if they would work. Now, Smalling has taken on a more senior role over the last few months at the club, but I do think they need someone of a world-class stature to play alongside them, if you like. Smalling and Rojo wouldn't work, but Smalling and Hummels or Rojo and Hummels would work. That's just my opinion. You can shoot me down in flames if you want. Looking further up the pitch, we're looking at the central midfield role. The players been linked with us are Gundogan, Schneiderlin and Schweinsteiger. That's a mouthful there. To say all of that is a true mouthful. But for me, again, you know, they're all really good players. Schneiderlin knows the Premier League. A lot of people are saying, why do we, you know, you're never going to win the Champions League signing players from Southampton, but these players have got to come from somewhere. You can't just go out every summer and buy Real Madrid players or Barcelona players or Juventus players. I mean, look what happened. We signed Di Maria for 60 million. He ain't exactly turned out great, has he? Let's face it. Let's be brutally honest. You can chuck all the stats at me you want, saying about his assists, but all you've got to do is watch the match to know that Di Maria is not a £60 million player. I would have been annoyed if we paid £30 million for a player playing like that, but 60 million is an absolute farce. So it doesn't always have to be the most expensive or the most sought after player. Schneiderlin would do a job, but out of Schweinsteiger, Schneiderlin and Gundogan, I'd go for Gundogan because he offers a bit of creativity as well as that holding role. He's like Michael Carrick, except I find him to be, I don't know, in the mould of Paul Scholes a lot more than Schneiderlin and Schweinsteiger, you know. Now that's not Scholes of old bombing into the box and scoring 20 goals a season, but I'm talking Scholes in his latter days of his career, you know, the latter stages of his career, where he sat back but his vision was unreal. For me, Schweinsteiger's too old. I don't think he'd make the cut. I think he would get in the side, but he's not what Van Gaal is targeting. He's targeting a squad that he can build, you know. But then again, that's really sort of contradicting myself because I've just said Dani Alves is going to join, and that geezer's about 55 years old. Looking at attackers, the attacking options we've been linked with Gareth Bale, Karim Benzema, Harry Kane and Gaetan of Benfica. Now, Gaetan, I don't think he should come to the club. I don't think he's much better than Nani, so I think if we kept Nani, you know, he wouldn't be costing us anything, whereas Gaetan's going to cost us 30 million, and plus he's been linked with us every year since 2000 BC and we've never signed him, so I think that might just be pie in the sky. But of the other three, Bale, Benzema and Kane, any of them would improve our side massively. Now, Gareth Bale is world class. He's had a bit of a tough time at Madrid, but he's absolutely world class. There's no doubt about it. He is my signing. He's the one that I would absolutely love to have at the club. I absolutely adore Gareth Bale. I think he's brilliant, but the chances of it happening is minimal. I think he'll stay in Madrid, play for Rafa Benitez, and probably have a good season out there. Of Benzema and Kane, now most people will probably criticise me for this, but I prefer Harry Kane. Now, I put a tweet out the other day when United were linked with Kane for 50 million, basically saying in 2004 we took a chance on Wayne Rooney. Not many people knew who he was, but we paid £30 million for an 18-year-old. What real difference is it 10 years on with inflation paying £50 million for a 21-year-old? Harry Kane has just scored 32 goals last season. Everyone's saying, oh, he needs to do it for a second season. That's a load of old tosh, mate. He's just scored over 30 goals and he's 21 years old. If there's an opportunity to buy him, buy him. Our strikers are rubbish. Wayne Rooney is rubbish. Robin van Persie is rubbish. James Wilson hasn't had much of a chance. Get Harry Kane in. If he joined our side, he would be straight in there as our first choice striker. And I'm telling you, that geezer scores for fun. Now, a lot of you will probably be laughing at the screen when me saying that. I'm a proper Harry Kane fanboy. I just think he's that good. I don't think he's a game changer in the sense of he drops deep and gets on the ball and can dribble past players like when we first got Rooney. But in and around the box, Harry Kane reminds me of Ruud van Nistelrooy. He just scores everything that comes his way. You don't score over 30 goals and, you know, it's not luck that happens. You've got to know what you're doing. And he's no mug as well. It wasn't just against the West Broms, Crystal Palaces and Burnleys of this world. He was scoring against everybody. He scored against Arsenal, he scored against Chelsea. He was scoring against everybody. Harry Kane, get him to the club immediately. Looking at the players that are leaving, as we say, we know Falcao and Cleverley have already gone. I think Nani will go, I think Hernandez will go, Johnny Evans will go, Raphael will go and Van Persie will go. Now, them players, they're good players, and between them should be getting in 50 or 60 million pound for the club. But I bet you now, I'll put money on it that we won't get more than 15 million for the 5 of them. Just the way we do business, we buy high and sell low. It's the opposite of what we should be doing, but it's what we do. So to sort of reiterate what I would like from this summer's transfer market, I would love to see Cech, I would love to see Hummels, I would love to see Gundogan, and I would love to see Harry Kane come to the club. Now, like I say, Gareth Bale would be a brilliant signing, but it's just not going to happen. But those other 4 would improve our squad massively. We've got a lot of wingers already. Di Maria in his 2nd season might prove to be a better player. Januzaj, 1 year older, 1 year wiser. Will he get more football? Ashley Young is, reborn, rejuvenated. So there has been the sort of the complaint that we haven't got much pace in the side. So that's why we're looking at really rapid people. But Memphis Depay, he's absolutely rapid, that geezer. So when you've got the likes of Di Maria, Depay, Januzaj and Young on the wings, how much more pace do you need? You're not going to get 11 Theo Walcott, are you? It's just not going to happen. But that is my view on it. I would love to hear your reply to this video. So if you want to talk to me, if you want to follow me on Twitter, it's at NathonW. That's NathonW. Keep reading the faithful. Keep watching our videos. Just get in touch. We want to hear from you. I'm sure that most of you experts out there will come back and tell me all the players I've covered are completely wrong. None of them are coming to us, and the ones I've picked are rubbish. And if that's what you think, fine. Let me know. We can have a chat. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you later.